Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're back for more the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Oh, all right, wait. But yeah, we're back. Sorry, I was eating something. Last time we left off, we were in the middle of a cross-examination of the supposedly. Yeah, no, that's right. So yeah, cross-examining this guy, the first floor tenant, who was thought to be dead, but then turned out he's not dead. So it's not a murder; it's only attempted, at worst. Mary bitter was his drink, and when he left, it did fall. Tossed it on my table.
Hold it!
Okay. Let me stop you there. No, don't stop him. Richard announced to me left your room at 11 o'clock, but it wasn't until after 2 that the poison made you collapse. That amounts to more than 3 hours of missing time. And the defendant had really put the poison in your tea. That 3-hour window of time is something you're going to have to explain. Gladly. It's an easy task. What? I did drink of the tea not while my guest did this Terry, but after he took leave of me. Faith was stone cold, but at 1 hour past midnight, barely were my lips parched.
Objection!
That doesn't sound normal. Nay, it's quite ordinary, sire. After all, thou wouldst recall our fiery debate. Amidst such an argument, there'd be no time for a fiery tea. Romeo and Juliet again. And who was stronger? Mr. Shakespeare? In summary, allow me to confirm. Did you not come here with the intention of naming your attacker? But of course, my liege. It was the stooped lover of words that attempt to shuffle me off this mortal coil. Ugh, we all know what that means. Oh, that's not true. We had them. Well. Here we see. I guess it's that. Hold on, we'll save and I'm gonna save and try that. Well, we didn't really. Is that true?
Objection!
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to press that one and see.
Hold it!
So you didn't have any kind of evening meal, dinner, supper? Ah, buy on luxury, buy on gluttony. To eat thrice daily is but a waste of time. Sorry? I would that my belly were full, no more often the sun doth rise. Well, most heroic eating habits, I must say. Night and day do I fill my hours with learned study of the great bard and playwright. Hence is it that there doth not in my chamber be then the costumes of mine aren't. That would appear to be the case, as even a rodent was found starved to death in your room. Now that I think of it, it's not just food that was conspicuously missing from that room, is it? I don't recall seeing a single play or script anywhere. For I have devoured them all. You've eaten them? Every word be within my skull. Didst thou imagine otherwise? Right, that wasn't misleading at all. Now, could you turn around, do you think? Which brings us to the conclusion that only way the poison could have passed the victim's flesh is in the tea. I was outside the book's window when it was freezing cold all night, keeping an eye on his room.
Hold it!
The The windows of that house have all been filled in. A historical artifact of the now defunct window tax. Yeah, you're right there. All bricked up horribly. But as it happens, there's a little part of the brickwork at the bottom corner that's been opened up. I was looking through that gap. Yes, there was a few bricks loose, weren't there? For some strange reason, a couple of bars of soap lined up on the ledge outside as well. I don't like going around poking my chin in other people's business, especially on freezing cold nights. But them's my orders, so that's what I keep doing. As long as there's breath in my body. My liege, what's with all the theatricals today? Out of interest, Mr. Meterman. After the accused had left and returned to his own lodging, did you see the victim leave the room at all? No, he never left. He was in that room the whole time as far as I'm concerned. And we can therefore discount the possibility of suicide. How can you be sure of that? Police carried out a thorough investigation of the scene and found no receptacle for poison. And since we know the victim didn't leave his room, and hence didn't dispose of the poison container himself, it's clear that this was no attempted suicide. Only the culprit could have removed the receptacle. Ah, yes. Lucidly explained, counsel. Thank you. It really was. You can't argue with the logic. No one else visited this room but that short little round back Eastern fella. Okay. Okay. Round back fellow, so did you have anything to suggest otherwise? Yeah.
Hold it!
Let me see. Oh, I did that. No.
Objection! Hold it!
To be clear, by neighbor, you're referring to the defendant, Mr. Natsume. Oh, indeed, sire. Chance that I call him the man from upstairs. And at what time did the mustachioed Nipponese visit you in your room? Our meeting was promised for the hour of 9, and lo did he come, and tender a gift of fragrant tea, details which are in accordance with the defendant's own testimony, yes? And we were embroiled in such a literary debate as history had not seen before, by which I presume he means a discussion about who was stronger, Romeo or Juliet. I, Shakespeare, did play the part of young Romeo, whilst I never played the fair Juliet. Each of us dressed as we would our characters be, to bring a weight upon our merry experiment. I dare not imagine the scene. Frailty, that name is woman. Canst thou imagine how dismayed I was? Yes, I had heard of the Eastern art of Jujutsu, but ne'er did I dream there would be a skill practiced by the comely maiden. Julia beat Romeo up. This is not helping our case. I believe the court hasn't heard enough about your earth-shattering literary debates. Perhaps you could reiterate your statement about the key that the accused brought to your room. My liege, I am thy servant. Gladly I would do thy bidding. But Mary bitter.
Hold it!
Right. Yeah. We did this. No one else visited the room but that short. And it was maybe this.
Objection.
Nope. 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 I thought it was this. That it was gonna be the.
Objection.
Nope. Nope. Okay, I pressed everything and it wasn't that. So hold on. Let me cook. Okay, so very bitter was his drink. His fall to his table. Is this it?
Objection.
Nope, not that. Nope. Nope. No one else visited the room but this one. Maybe this?
Objection.
Nope. Nope. Okay. You got that, yeah, you got this little round hole in it. Oh, I get it. Okay, I guess it's that. He said he saw him through the. Yeah, it's there. It is. He's keeping an eye on his room, but what are you talking about? The window is clearly boarded up.
Objection.
Okay, nope. Never mind. I'm fucking stupid. Nope, I'm stupid. Yep, never mind. I'm wrong. Nope, that's not it. Maybe this one? You saw no one else? Maybe.
Objection.
Nope. Nope. Well, let's talk this is not a hold on. So that's the entire testimony. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I can't see any obvious holes at all, to be honest. No. Oh dear. None of those visited Mr. Sansuy's room that night. However, Mr. Natsume, I imagine the members of the jury will all conclude the same thing. Right, that he's guilty. Well, all we can do is press these witnesses for more information and hope for a breakthrough. Yes. Okay, so no. So that's what it is. I had to press for something.
Hold it.
Okay, yeah. Maybe I have to press everything. Okay.
Hold it.
Okay, my neighbor. Yeah. We heard this before. Yeah, do not want to imagine just a horrid scene.
Hold it. Objection.
yeah. Yeah, I did that.
Hold it.
The windows that has it filled in. Yeah. Okay, maybe I didn't. I think I. You know what? I don't think I pressed the last sentence. I never pressed this one. I don't think.
Hold it.
You say a short little round back Eastern fella. So you can't be sure that it was defended then.
Objection.
How many other short little round Nipponese with a mustache do you think there are in London? Well, of course, it's only a narrow gap and it was quite stark, so I didn't notice the mustache. He showed up around 9, so I'm pretty sure of it myself. And when the person you saw arrive, did he have a Mr. Sam's here drink tea together? Nah, sorry, I couldn't say. Why not? Because I couldn't see into the room all that well, could I? But what I did see was the silhouette of that little round back fella wearing a pretty dress. Then the pair of them started this kind of wrestling match. I tell you, I didn't know what to make of it. I suppose that was the Romeo and Juliet championship battle getting underway. Yeah, maybe he should be a wrestler instead. Great wrestling. What goes vintage? Mr. Meterman, allow me to confirm one final time. Apart from the accused, can you state with certainty that no one else visited the victim on the night in question? No questioning. Gaspman's honor. Ah, there you go. It is nuts to me. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, now okay, here we go. That's why there's no answer. We gotta do the summation summation examination. Yes, Mr. Foreman. I've kept my mouth shut and listened up to now, but this has gone on long enough. Are you all with me? Yes. Are we to understand that you ladies and gentlemen of the jury are in agreement with one another? That you've reached a unanimous decision? Too right, we have. Are you all with me? Yes. Wait, no. The defense is in the middle of a cross-examination. To be honest, I was holding out a bit of hope for you, young man. It's just yes, you identify those few hours that follow the accused leaving the victim's room. Yes, the 3 missing hours as you put it. But in the end, what difference do they make? Not as far as I can see. And since that's now apparent, there's really no reason to delay our decision any longer. Like I was saying before, I don't take 5 bob. If I don't take 5 bob home with me tonight, the missus will blow her top. I'm not gonna say that. Huh? What's all that? What's that? Sorry, I didn't quite catch what you said. Very well. Let the court be apprised of your decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, juror, you will state your leanings as to the defendant's culpability.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Brother.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
All of you? Well, it would appear that the jury is indeed unanimous. So, this time at least, it seems justice will be done. All's well that ends well, as they say. This calls for a toast, I feel. The guilty being punished. Ugh. Ah! Get up, Mr. Naruhodo, please. The trial isn't over yet. What do you mean, Mr. Zato? Did you forget? What about the information I found in this encyclopedia of British law I have? That obscure right that belongs to the defense in these situations. Remember? Oh yeah, a summation examination. Yes, that's right. We don't have a jury in Japanese courts, of course, but here in British court of law, if we can reverse the decision of the majority of the jurors, we can force the trial to continue. Ugh. This trial can't end now. Whatever it takes, I just can't let that happen. The defense moves to invoke its right to a summation examination, my lord. Thor, why am I not surprised at my learned Nipponese friends and the ability to admit defeat? You choose to cling desperately to some archaic rule you barely comprehend instead of accepting the truth. Certainly no other defense counsel in recent times has exercised the right to a summation examination, because they all know that once the jury's mind is set, it cannot be altered. Nevertheless, the right remains and must be upheld. The defense counsel request is granted. The court will proceed with the summation examination as outlined in the Encyclopedia of British Law. Thank you, my lord. Are you and your fellows prepared, Mr. Foreman? Believe me, my lord, we know all about this young lad's tenacity, and we're ready for it. Very well. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby call upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime for which he stands accused. Your drink today, I got tea. It tastes awful. But the juror's contentions. The victim may not be well off, but he's a noble man, and straight up, there's no reason to doubt the man. Well, I do repair that a good gentleman has no reason to lie. In fact, I think he's rather splendid. Just look at the accused by comparison. He's Japanese, stoops all the while. That's race. That's bias. You should get kicked off. You would get kicked off the jury nowadays for that. And is that are those crimes? There's no evidence to suggest the gangling actor is a fraudster for now, at least. I don't really care. Like, I just need to get. I really don't care. Like, I just need this trial to end quickly. 3 hours of missing time is nothing when you reach required, you know? Nothing at all. Okay, I knew it. Every single one of them seems completely convinced. It would seem that all the jurors have come to the conclusion that Mr. Samspear is fine, upstanding, and honest, and honest citizen. If you ask me, they all been bewitched by his. I don't know how. If you ask me, they all been bewitched by his strange theatrical movements, and sadly, nothing Mr. Natsume has said appears to have registered at all. Well, here goes. Let's not forget. I pleaded with the jury on this proceedings on behalf before, and it worked. So you never know. Before we begin, it might be an idea for me to remind you exactly how summation examination works, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, well, you're still very new to British law after all. That's true, I suppose, and Second fate is entirely in my hands now, too. There's always a chance I might have forgotten some crucial detail. Perhaps I should hear Suzato-san out. I wonder, should I let her talk me through it again, or not bother? No need, I remember. It was yesterday. Thank you for the kind offer, Mrs. Sato. But I've been through plenty of these summation examinations already now. I think it's important that we don't delay the start any longer than necessary. Of course, I understand, and I'm quite sure you're right. If you're confused by anything at all, at any point, you can turn to me for advice whenever you'd like. I'll be here for you. The key to this is really listening carefully to each juror's statement. Finding two that are contradictory and pitting the corresponding jurors against each other. That's Without further ado, please, counsel, proceed with the summation examination. I breathe heavily, but it didn't pick up. The mic didn't pick it up, so that's kind of worthless. Yes, my lord. Let's look at this lad. The defense's rebuttal. The victim may not be well off, but he's a noble man, and straight up, there's no reason to doubt the man. Well, I do declare that the good gentleman has no reason to lie. In fact, I think he's rather splendid. Just look at the accused by comparison. He's Japanese, he stoops all the while, and has a mustache. Very fishy. There's no evidence to suggest that gangly actor is a fraudster, for now at least. I don't really care. Like, I just need this trial to end quickly. 3 hours of missing time is nothing when you reach my age, you know? Nothing at all. Okay. The key is to do the summation examinations to identify contradictions between jurors' statements, Mr. Naruhodo. Right, and once I found 2 jurors whose statements can't coexist, I need to pit those jurors against each other. And hopefully, when they see that what they're saying doesn't make sense, they'll change their leaning. Yes, and if you're able to change the minds of a majority of the jurors, the trial will continue. But conversely, if you're unable to do that, the judge will declare the trial over and move to adjudication. And I can't let that happen. Somehow or other, I have to turn this trial around. Why is my nose itchy? It's annoying. Let's press. Let's just press. Well, there are plenty of people in London who seem noble but poor. Couldn't some of them also be liars? I have no doubt about it. Like that shaky client of yours, for example. Absolutely not. Mr. Natsume is no liar. Look, the point is, the only thing that passed the victim's lips that night was the Japanese man's tea. When you take the gasman's testimony into account as well, the truth's going to be any clearer. Well, that's alarmingly logical. But let me be frank here. I'm a gentleman with a gentleman's values. If it turns out that the old Shakespeare chum is a rotten liar after all, I'll gladly change my decision about the defendant. And I'm sure my fellow gentlemen on the jury will do the same. Isn't that right? Well, yes, perhaps, but I don't see it happening. Eh? What's that? Elderly gent on the end here, you know? You'll have to speak up. Look, I really don't care about all this nonsense. I just need this trial to be over. How many gentlemen do we actually have on the jury, then? All right, sir, I may hold you to that. Don't forget what you said. So basically, we have to prove that he's not astounding. Oh, I really could. Are you saying you believe that the man to be trustworthy because he's rather splendid? No, that's not what I said. The point is, the man is the victim here. There's reason would he have to lie? And yes, he is rather splendid. So you say, yet again. Meanwhile, the man who stands accused behaves so suspiciously. It's exhausting to look at. I'm afraid he's not splendid at all. Splendid logic there. Splendid logic there, man. Thank you so very much. Prejudiced. Just look at him. Sorry, that was he kind of killed a fuck ass fly. Yeah, his crime. He's Japanese, man. That's the situation. No. Not one of those things is. Not one of those things is a reason to find the man guilty. But he is fishy. There's no point in dancing around that fact. He's Japanese. He has a mustache, and he stoops. You see, you arrive at a conclusion in just 3 steps. 3 steps, like a waltz. In fact, isn't a waltz 4? You know, the more I think about it, the more this trial seems like a dance. You seem to be several steps ahead of yourself, though, and you're on the wrong foot. No, there's nothing but circumstantial evidence here. There's no actual proof of the defendant's guilt. But the victim's version of events is backed up by what the big chin man next to him says, isn't it? 1, he says he saw the Japanese man there. 2, he saw no one else. And 3, he saw a Japanese man there. Oh, that's another 3 steps. All this really does seem more and more like a waltz, doesn't it? Right. And the prosecution will waltz in its way to victory if I let you speak much more. There's no evidence to suggest this. So let's do these. These 2 guys aren't saying anything, so yeah, I'm gonna skip her because no, I'm not gonna say that. You keep talking about needing to take home some money. What's that all about, sir? Finish last? That's what it is. That's what it's about. What? What's that? I'm talking about the derby at the Hyde Park, aren't I? It was the Queen's Cup last week, wasn't it? Ah, Derby? It was a dead cert. That's the thing. I couldn't lose. So I took my wife's secret savings. Like, oh, but then that hopeless old mayor went and did the unthinkable. Ah, that stupid finished last. Oh dear. I think it's clear what happened, isn't it? He gambled his you can't do that, man. This is the day the missus used it for saving for a trip down the pub. So come on, let this business lie now. Just give it up. Dude, she's gonna kill you. No, that's not going to happen. 3 hours of missing time is nothing when you reach my age, you know? Nothing at all. Oh, shit. I didn't want to.
Hold it!
What do you really mean by that, sir? Well, I'm not one to boast, but I get up at 5 every morning. I do. At 5? You're a really early riser then, aren't you? That is early. Huh? What's that now? I said, you're an early riser. Oh, well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I like to while away at the hours. I like to while away at the hours in the evening reading books as well. But by about 2 in the morning, I'm usually too tired to go on. He sleeps at 2 in the morning and gets up at 5. That's not, you're gonna die. Oh my, that means he only has 3 hours of sleep each night. What's that, dear? Only 3 hours of sleep each night. That's right. You see? 3 hours of missing time. Like I said, it's not much, is it? This really isn't helping. Okay. So now, show me that the victim's a liar. So it must be that you're gonna have to show. Okay, yeah, I guess that I just skipped you, a fraudsman. What do you mean by that, madam? It really is the most tiresome part of the company, most irritating. We can be absolutely certain that the customer is stealing from us without hard evidence. We can't even threaten to take action for fear of being sued. Oh, she works with the gas company? I'm sorry, you lost me a little there. Who are you? I'm the wife of Augustus Altamont, the owner of the Altamont Gas Company. Good gracious, Altamont Gas, you say? Gas is the future of energy in this country and around the globe, but proper handling is essential. Because you big money oligarch. No, not really. There's a bourgeoisie. As I'm sure our employee from the East End branch office will be the first to agree. Absolutely, Lady Quimby. Gotta be used properly. Altamont Gas is the best in the world, of course. It looks like a bee. Ah, I think we may have solved the mystery of the bower from earlier. Oh, yeah, because she's in the... Right. He bowed in deference to his employer's wife, did he? Ah, so would I be right in assuming that the reason Mr. Meaderman was watching that Mr. Stancer was up in his room watching what Mr. Stancer was up to in his room? I'm afraid that there's no end to the length the population of East End will go in order to steal our gas. So I really have no choice when it comes to company identities. When the company identifies somebody as a possible fraudsman, but to dispatch a worker to watch us day and night, we were very thorough in our investigations. So you mean Mr. Shamspeare is wouldn't come out and say it in public, but yet you can finish that sentence with a grubby little gas thief? You have noticed the public gallery in here, have you? The eye of a man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Faith wouldst thou would me with thy words, were I to let them penetrate the skin, wound me, but seraphs hear not insults, only choirs of angels in song. We may not have evidence yet, but my workers won't stop buzzing around you until... Oh, and she's the queen bee, okay. Until you find it, yeah, because of the The umbrella looks like a beast abdomen. And then when I do, you'll find yourself blasted back to your illegal hikes into ultimate gas Oh, whoa, dude, you said you're gonna kill him. You can't say that. So Mr. Sandspear has been stealing gas, but by her accounts. Well, I wonder, jury number 4, if you wouldn't mind me adding that information to your statement. My pleasure. Was it a bit about the ripping that thief apart you enjoyed? A little before that part about abject violence, if it's not too much trouble. Yes, of course. This could be it. This should be shift the balance. Okay, so victim person on the fiber rat. So you, yeah, it's and them two.
Objection.
You two are beefing. Those two statements are clearly contradict each other. Good gracious, those whose statements do you refer to whose statement do you refer, counsel? Juror number 1. Eh? What are you yelling about, lad? I presume you've heard juror number 4's statement made by the wife of the owner of Altamont Gas. Well, yes. The victim, who you claim to be a noble, straight-up man, in fact, turns out to be a common thief. So the good lady says, but there's no evidence, is there? You and I both heard them say as much. That's true. We don't have evidence as such just yet. But the claims aren't baseless, you know? What? You heard me. Seeing as his operations have already been compromised, I would suggest that the court hears testimony from our Eastern Branch Office employee over there. I do whatever you say, my lady. Gasman's honor. Juror number 1, you say you're a man of your word. Yeah. If I could show that Miss Shamster was a liar, you assured me that you would reconsider your decision about the defendant's guilt. Yes, I did say that. And as a man of honor, I'll hold to it, as I'm sure the other gentlemen of the jury will. Me? Oh, well, yes. Now that we found out the man's a liar, perhaps we ought to consider the matter further. Well, if I'm perfectly honest, I haven't heard of half of what you've all been saying. So let's beat your recap a few points that would suit me down to the ground. Oh no, I'm not having any part of this. I want this trial over and done with. In that case, I shall change my leading. So, Mr. William Shamspear, if that is your real name, we of the jury demand to know exactly what kind of man you really are. Okay, that's 4 jurors for not guilty. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, you did it. Victory. The trial goes on. Yes. Scraping by as usual. Order. Well, this is quite extraordinary, I must say. As a result of the defense's summation examination, the jury's leaning has changed. Now only 2 jurors say guilty, whilst 4 say not guilty. I therefore declare this court to be in a state of disaccord and I order the trial to continue. So now we're gonna have to testify about the stealing. Throw it, eat it. Woo! You have spoiled the bouquet, Mr. Shamspear. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury now find they are unable to trust you, the victim. Hear no evil, see no evil, cover your mouth. But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. So God mend me, I do swear. This gasman speaketh that which concerns him most, not but gas, not but thin air. Aye, it burneth bright a while, but it hath no substance, and it doth reek foul. Oi, what did you say? Do I take it, Mr. Shamspear, that you deny the allegation of gas thievery? Most heartedly, my lord. Hast thou forgot? I am as a seraph, an angel, noble of mind, sweet of nature, and verily, honest of heart. Ah, you flowery mouth pompous beanpole, just because I haven't got the evidence yet. Is it? Hold on, I was thinking before I go, I was thinking this yesterday when he mentioned being honest. I'm like, wait, I'm like, dude, how you pronounce honest is like, you literally, just like in French where you just ignore the H. Sounds like honest. If he's basically honest, but it's just honest. Honest, like just without the H. So, I don't know. I was just thinking about it. Mr. Samsphere, if in fact you are not of noble mind, noble of minds, sweet of nature, or honest of heart, I've seen now mixed myself. If you are a liar, then your testimony should have no sway in this courtroom. It is my considered opinion that at the present time, no other possible culprit of this crime has been identified. All testimony heard by the court thus far heavily implicates the defendant. In short, it would not be unreasonable at this stage for me to rule on the case. Oh no. However, in light of the fact that the jury has expressed concern about the fidelity of this witness, I believe it will be inappropriate for this court not to pursue the point further.
Objection!
My lord. I assure you, my lord, that would be a waste of time, of the court's time. The gas in this case are unrelated. Juror number 4. Yes? Didn't you say before that although you had no hard evidence to prove this man has been stealing gas, you have strong grounds for suspecting him? That's right, we do. Don't we, worker? Absolutely, Lady Quimby. Gasman's honor. Very well then. We will hear your testimony now. You will tell the court precisely why you believe the victim, Mr. William Shakespeare, has been stealing gas. Yes, my lord. It'll be my pleasure. On the Altamont gas name, if I may, my lord. Go ahead, madam. This worker's testimony may have a significant bearing on the good name of my husband's company. Therefore, I should like to take the stand alongside him in a supervisory role, if you wouldn't mind. Wahoo! Oh yeah, sweet as honey. Yeah. Very well. As in this section, I shall honor your request. Curtsy. Thank you, my lord. You wait till the boss gives you an earful. Ooh, it's gonna sting. You mark my words. So, you will both testify before the court on the subject of the illegal consumption of the Altamont Gas Company's fuel. Yes. Is that clear, my good man? Clear as Altamont gas, my lady. Which is the clearest in the world. Do you think the gas has gone to his head, Mrs. Otto? Do you think the gas has gone to his head, Mrs. Otto? I think the man is just a very dedicated employee, Mr. Naruhodo. Nah, I just got to see. You get a little cuckoo. Queen Bee. Altamont Gas Company's investigation. I'm proud to be the company's East Friend branch investigator and meter money collector agents. Altamont gas meters accept threepenny bits. Each coin given the customer about 2 hours of gorgeous gas. Oh, that's what it is. No, there's no way to verify what the coin shape is, but he uses the thing to make something that's coin shaped. So yeah, Altamont's gas meters accept threepenny bits. Each coin given the customer about 2 hours of gorgeous gas. And yet, the meter in Mr. Sands' room didn't have a single coin in it. The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, though, and the collection agent has the only key. Somehow, he's using all the flaming gas he wants without paying a penny. If that's not thieving, then what is it? What is? Pray forgive the discourtesy. The irrelevance of this testimony caused me to turn to my hollow chalice. What do you mean by that? Remarked Lord Van Zieks. Didn't the mustachioed Nipponese poison the gangling excuse for the actor, or didn't he? That is all that should concern this court. And yet, now we must listen to this abhorrence. No, that's a second cup. Dude, how much? They probably got like $50. Clearly, what separates the brass British Empire and your Eastern Island nation is more than geographical distance. But this could turn out to be a crucial testimony. The cross-examination must go ahead. Uh-oh. And now, dude, you're just throwing things out, man. Hey, man, how old are you? You can't be throwing stuff like that, man. Do what you will. Lord Van Zieks appears to be in a violent mood. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And an attempted poisoning and an incident of gas theft with no supporting evidence. It's true that they would appear completely unrelated at the first glance, but I wonder, the truth tends to be buried in the most unusual places, and the first step is in covering it. The first step in uncovering it will be to establish just who and what this man really is. I don't know why I was thinking of Edward 40 Hands. And basically it's the 40 ounce liquor you up to your head. So sorry. I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator. Okay, I want to go to. I got the new information. We're gonna have a single coin in it.
Hold it!
Out of interest, how long has this been going on? Weeks and weeks. He's been pinching gas off us for ages. And you've examined the meter in Mr. Sam's room, I take it? Naturally. We took it off the wall and went over it with a fine-tooth comb. And found nothing suspicious at all, I presume? No, I'm afraid not. Afraid we didn't. Which is exactly why I demanded a new type of meter to be produced. One with an indestructible lock. The Shanspear Special. That sounds like it would have cost an awful lot of 3-penny pieces. But even after all that, the rascal's meter was still empty. I'll never forget the humiliation. When I opened the money box and found it bare. You what? I said? You what? You what? And the look on his face, that smarmy smile of his. I pulled the meter straight out the wall and took it back to the office. But you know what? Nothing. Not a trace of it being jammed open anywhere. Not a single sign. And what's happening to my salary as a result? Down by 3 shillings a day. That's what. A life-threatening situation in a number of ways. Incidentally, what became of that meter? Nothing became of it. I've still got it. Oh. Right here. No wonder they call you meterman. I think it would be prudent for the court to sequester this item while the trial is going on. Oh, I'm definitely gonna look at that. Definitely. Although at first glance, there doesn't appear to be anything unusual about it. Let's move this along, shall we? Continue with your testimony. Hold on, let's... Whoa. Where's the new piece of evidence? Oh, hey, what's that? That's a very sturdy looking padlock, isn't it? And the money box is sealed with beeswax too. So if Mr. Stone was to get up into any mischief, he'd be found out immediately. Mr. Naruhodo, mischief of that kind is not the sort of thing that Mr. Sholmes would. You know you didn't finish that sentence, don't you? Well, anyway, it's understandable that the gas company wants to safeguard the money that's rightfully theirs. But it does feel like a little over the top, perhaps, doesn't it? Oh, aha, wait. Oh, have you spotted something, Mr. Naruhodo? Just here. There's a little hole. Do you see? Ah, yes, use the goodness, you're right. I wouldn't have noticed. It's not a very neat hole, is it? Not professionally made, I'd say. So, you think you might have been opened up by Mr. Shanspear? Possibly. It seems that people at Outman Gas must have missed it. How? Well, it certainly seems to go all the way through to the inside. Yes, but there's no way a coin could fit through here. That's true, but even so, it seems more than a little suspicious. I know, he puts in a wax coin, faking the thing, and then he melts the coin when it's inside the meter with a fire. So the wax falls out, so he can just keep using the same coin. Okay. I would say it has as much value as the contents of that meter. Nothing. Oof. Oof. Hold on. I watched the video already. Oof. Meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, so it is. Okay, so then that's not true. Sorry, lady, it has been tampered with. Appears to be tampered with.
Objection.
Lady Altamont, I'm afraid to say. Altamont. This meter clearly does show sign of having been tampered with. What? Get away. I've been over and over that thing. I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with it. In that case. What do you think? What do you have to say about this small hole that's been made at the base of the coin box? Hole? What? You're right. You're quite right. There is a little hole there. And the meters aren't supposed to have that. None of the others do. In other words, we can assume that Mr. Sanster secretly opened up this hole himself. Yes, I wouldn't be at all surprised. But why? Yeah, why? I mean, it's tiny. You couldn't get a farthing thing through that. A farthing through that. Lady Altamont, I wonder if you could give the court some more details about your meter design. What sort of details? Well, what I specifically like to know is how it differentiates coins. How does the meter tell the difference between different coins? What do you mean? Well, for example, if someone were to put in 1 penny a coin, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work, presumably, would it? No, of course not. So, well, how does the meter know that the coin has been fed is a threepenny bit? Ah, I see what you're getting at now. The meter tells coins apart by their shape and size, which includes their thickness. A threepenny bit is about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, you see? Other coins just won't fit. Ah, I see. It's clearly been very well thought out. The witness will amend her formal testimony with that information in the case it is pertinent. As you wish, my lord. And now it's going to be the soap. The meter is designed for coins. Nothing else will fit. Well, hold on. What if I do... How do you feel about this brick?
Objection.
Oh. I'll take the hit. Oh no, I should have pressed it. No. Oof. I was overconfident. Ouch. I made a bit of a mess of that. There's a number of ways, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I didn't say recently, so I'll take the hit.
Hold it.
But conventionally then, it would seem that anything matching a 3-pence coin exactly in terms of diameter and thickness could equally be well used. Would that be true? Well, yes, in a way. The weight comes into it a certain extent as well. You've thought of that too. Anyway, if I find any fake coins inside the coin box when I empty the meter, the contract says I have to pay 100 times the amount they diddle as a fine. We live for moments like that, as Gaspen do. Live for them. It would seem the gas company has thought of everything. Wahoo! Hurrah for gas! Hurrah for cash! Ultimate all the way. That's quite enough of that. Remind me, how big are threepenny bits? About 3/4 of an inch across. What do you think of that, Mr. Naruhodo? Is this 2-centimeter measurement significant? Or perhaps there's some other aspect of the meter's precision that we should be focusing on? Yes, you may be right. Perhaps I should try a different tack here. like asking about whether the meter can just be dismantled, for example. Delve deeper. How could the meter be dismantled? Dismantled? Yes, given that there are no signs of it having been forced. I'm wondering if perhaps rather than being broken open, it might have been taken apart. Well, yes, that does make some sense. The padlocks are made by the first-class locksmiths from the finest quality steel, and the meter box itself is made from plate steel as well, welded shut to ensure it can't be opened again. I can assure you that it's quite impossible to dismantle it. Wahoo, yeah, nothing leaks from Altmont's meter. No coins, no gas, no nothing. I see. The witness will amend her formal testimony with that information in case it is pertinent. As you wish, my lord. So, is it now? Maybe it's... Okay, I guess the coin part was not the right thing. $7.39, it must be. And then, because my guess is it's the there's no way to dismantle it. No. All joints in the mirror. Well, there's no way to dismantle it. Because it's the thing is, I already know. Oh, I can do it. Oh, is that because I know now? Oh, look at this bar. Oh, okay, so I needed to do the. Okay, I need to change it. There's a circular depression on the side, about 2 centimeters across, or 3/4 of it. Oh, do you think? We did find a show at the scene, didn't we? Yes, there were 2 bars on it at the little ledge just outside the window. So we took this one, but I'm sure that when we first found it, there was some sort of reddish medallion in the middle there. I remember it clearly. Yes, but there's no sign of it now. Where could it have gone? Oh, but wait, no, wait. I did examine that before, but it got unexamined. Okay, so now I had to press it and get her to change her statement on it. Oh yeah, has anyone tried? Oh yeah, they tried, but they all given up before long. After all, if they actually broke the meter, the company would be able to take legal action. Yes, that makes sense. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Is welded steel construction significant? Or perhaps there's something other aspect of the meter that we should be focusing on? Yes, you may be right. Perhaps I should try a different attack here. Goodbye. Okay. Okay, I got the ad. I knew it was okay. I had to look over the thing, but I looked it over. What do you mean? Well, for example, yeah, we got this. Okay, now it's a thing. We gotta hit the soap bricks.
Objection.
Let me just confirm something here. If the diameter and the thickness were to be correct, the meter would accept any object as if it were a through penny bit. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Well, by something of a coincidence, while we were investigating Mr. Shanspeare's room, we found a particular item that matches the dimensions of perfectly. Something that's same size of a threepenny bit. What was it? The item in question is this. What? Why have you been inhaling gas? That's a bar of soap. It certainly looks nothing like a threepenny bit, I must say. every time. It looks like I'm going to have to point out exactly what I mean here. What's so important about the soap is this part here.
Got it.
You have to turn over the soap to see what I mean. Ah! Are you referring to that round depression in the middle of the soap there? That's right. A depression that's approximately 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Or in other words, almost exactly the same size as a threepenny bit. Get away! Does anyone here present have in their possession a threepenny bit? Quickly, now, hand over your coins, ladies and gentlemen. That sounds rather like a highway robbery, doesn't it? Thanks to a kind member of the public in the gallery, I have here a threepenny bit. Now to see if it fits. My word, it couldn't be more snug. Yes, as I suspected. This, without a doubt, is a vital clue to explain how the Altamont Gas Company is being defrauded. Well, I don't believe it. Well, that's not what we're here for. Yeah, who cares? So, your assertion amounts to what? That some inferior bar of soap has a tentative connection to the theft of gas? Yes. The depression in the soap was clearly made by a threepenny bit. I must concur, at least, that pushing a coin with some force into a poor quality bar of soap such as this is a remarkably simple way of replicating the coin's shape. And then you could use, well, some melted wax or something to pour into the mold. You could make fake coins in no time. Lock in. Get it twisted. This brings all the pieces of the puzzle together. It's the method that Mr. Chancellor is using to steal the gas. So that's the missing link. And now, if I follow the chain through of thought, it's going to bring me to the new explanation of what happened that nobody's considered yet. But this is all nonsense. If the man has been faking these fake coins, my worker here would have found them when he emptied the meter. Quite true, Lady Altamont. In the absence of some black magic that could make them disappear. I see. That's what we're dealing with, is it? There is one form of black magic that could cause the fake coins to disappear into thin air. Yes. Exactly. And the meter box here gives it away. What? On Earth? There are remnants of the magical method used visible on the gas meter taken from the remnants room. If that is your assertion, Counsel, the defense will identify these remnants for the court at once. Where on the meter can the remnants of the method used to put coins disappear be seen? Is the thing.
Got it.
We found this bar of soap at the crime scene, just outside the victim's window. Oh, that's him cooling the wax. Cooling it outside. Yes, outside, where you yourself, Mr. Meaderman, were loitering in the freezing winter air. That's where we found the soap. Ah, I get it. That's right. The answer, of course, is ice. Did you say ice? Mr. Sanser has been leaving soaps like this outside the window each evening, filled with water. Oh, and the red coin, the red thing was tea. That's what it is. The red thing was tea. That's why it was red. Like why was it red? Because he used the tea in his teacup. So what couldn't it? Okay, I see. The water is completely frozen solid the next morning. Then he takes his fake coins of ice and feeds them into the gas meter, giving him light and warmth in space. As his room becomes very comfortably warm, the ice now inside the meter's coin box melts, turning back into water and draining it harmlessly away through the small hole made in the middle of the meter. That is how, without leaving any evidence of his wrongdoing, this man has been stealing Altamont gas. Just like that. so simply. Is he trying to make us look like idiots? He's been fooling us all with some bars of soap and some water? That's right, madam. I don't believe it. It can't be true. Do you have any idea how much money we spent to develop that new meter? And now you have the audacity to suggest that a bit of soap and water, some water can render it totally useless? I'm fairly sure I didn't design it. Evidence. Sorry? I want evidence. If you're gonna stand there and tell me our meters are rubbish, I want to see proof. She's very good at enforcing accountability, isn't she? Don't be sad, Susato. It's fine. All right. Very well, Lady Ultimo. If you like evidence, I'll provide it. What? Mr. Naruhodo, are you saying you do actually have evidence to support this theory? Yes, I do. I did notice a trace of something that bothered me a little at the time. And I have a feeling that this theory we've come up with now could explain it. The piece of evidence that substantiates the theory about how Mr. Sandsphere has been stealing gas is this picture. Take that! Take that! This is a photograph of the scene at the point when the victim was discovered, taken by Inspector Gregson. And it clearly shows the remnants of the crime carried out by Mr. Sandsphere. What remnants? Look, here you can see the gas meter on the wall in Mr. Sandsphere's room. Now, look closely at the floorboards directly underneath the meter. Yeah. Wet. What? What is that? Some kind of grubby stain? Almost certainly it's a water stain, resulting from the liquid that drained out of the hole made in the meter. Ah! If one coin gives around 2 hour gas usage, and the occupant was heating his room in all his waking hours, we can imagine he would have used about 10 of his fake coins each day. The melting ice inside the meter's coin box would have been dripping out almost constantly, leaving a stain on the floor. This is awful. And there's further evidence too. Mr. Sandsphere stumped over his table, apparently having consumed sturgeon. I'd have no idea how to say it. And right there next to him is a bar of soap broken in half. You're right. It would appear to me then, counsel, that the man was eating the soap, was he? Pardon me for disagreeing with your lordship, but certainly not. He didn't beat about the bush there, did he? In truth, Mr. Sandsphere was found with a fork in his hand, meaning the meal of soap is sounding increasingly likely, Lord Van Zieks. Zieks, do you mean to say he's using that fork to... Yes. To extract a frozen coin from the bar of soap. Ah! But in the bar broke in half. So perhaps it didn't go very well. Good gracious. Second bottle he's tossed. Lord Van Zieks? I was throwing my hand up in despair and happened to catch my hollow bottle on the way. Pray, forgive my maladroit mistake. What is the meaning of this, counsel? Allow me to pose my learned friend a question. What exactly did you establish with your more recent cross-examination? Well, that Mr. William Sandsphere is a liar and a thief. In other words, his testimony is unreliable. That's it. That's exactly it. Very well. Let us assume that the man is a liar. Now, allow me to pose another question. What possible difference does that make? Well, we know that suicide can be discounted. Scotland Yard's investigation revealed no sign of another vessel that contained poison. And on the night in question, there were no visitors to the room except the accused. The young Gaspard's testimony, which we have no reason to doubt, has confirmed that. Ah. Furthermore, the only possible way this poison could have entered the victim's body is via the tea. The court has seen no evidence whatsoever that suggests otherwise. Oh, okay, that's gonna be it. the point he made was out of tea. Even as Wilson Chancellor is the liar you claim him to be, these facts have been objectively established. There's no escaping it. Ah! Therefore, in light of these facts, the prosecution calls for immediate adjudication. You what? You what? Yeah, we really didn't. Well, we just have to go a little further, but well, order. Well, counsel, how does the defense respond? Mr. Naruhodo, what was the point of that last cross-examination? Did it actually get us anywhere? Or did it make no difference at all, like Lord Van Zieks is saying? Raise an objection. No, this isn't over. The defense will not rest. What? But counsel, you've successfully explained everything. You've identified a substantiated and unscripted method employed by Mr. Shansfield to consume the gas. What more is there to discuss? Lord Van Zieks has just highlighted 3 facts in order to make his point, but contrary to what he would have the court believe, not all of them has been objectively established at all. What are you trying to say, my Nipponese friend? At least one of those so-called facts is an assumption made due to a lack of evidence. Ugh. But the situation has changed now, following the cross-examination of the latest witnesses to take the stand. Don't be absurd. What is this nonsense? Yes, when you bring everything we've done so far together and consider it as a whole, it's clear. There's a question that we need to reconsider, namely, oh, okay, wait, I actually don't. But no, it's not, it was another visitor because we have confirmation that there wasn't. Yeah, was there poison in the tea? Was the poison in the tea? We've all been led to believe that the citrine poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspear was in the tea brought to him by Mr. Natsume, but that's conjecture at best.
Objection!
The victim has testified that nothing else passed his lips that night. There is no other possibility. And since there was no trace of the tea left at the scene, it couldn't be tested for traces of the poison.
Objection!
But that means, as I said, the situation has changed. Because in fact, some of Mr. Natsume's tea was left at the scene, and a particular piece of evidence proves it.
Objection!
A ludicrous claim. Scotland Yard detectives investigated the scene exhaustively. What evidence are you suggesting they missed? Defense has made a bold claim indeed. Very well, counsel. Present your proof. What evidence from the scene of the crime can tell us about the nature of the defendant's tea? I think it's the brick, because it didn't say we found a red. Oh, hold on. I guess it's this. There's a ring.
Take that!
What exactly is the price? He says. Oh. Oh. Was there someone else responsible? Was there another visitor? Was the poison? There's a. I do think it's this.
Objection!
Yeah. Okay.
Objection!
I said.
Objection!
Okay. Let's save. I'm gonna make a new save under not.
Take that!
Good gracious. The soap again? The same bar the victim used to fashion his coins of ice? Yes, that's right, my lord. It's just come back to me. Something about when we first found this bar of soap at the scene yesterday. It's more bars of soap. Soap? What are the bars of soap doing lined up on a ledge outside the window? There's a red. I'm quite certain that when we originally stumbled upon the bars of soap, there was actually a frozen coin in each bar. So you discovered the gas thief's coin factory. Fascinating. Fascinating. In a way, yes, but there's more. The coins were red, and the coins we found in the soap at the time weren't normal ice. There was something strange about them, you mean? Exactly. Something very obviously strange. They were red. The ice was red. No, you mean... That's right. It's obvious to me now. The fake coins in the soap were made from frozen tea. Which means he probably didn't drink it. What? I would remind the court of a statement made by Mr. Natsume earlier in his trial. That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shainsbury's room as a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes that night, so I bought a bottle of water especially to make it. And this is the result. Never will I touch tea again. Never. Ah, yes. I believe that there had been a snowfall that day. It was particularly cold. Sadly, on such occasions, the poorly constructed water mains in the east end are prone to freezing. So on the night in question, Mr. Shakespeare, having no running water to use, was forced to use tea brought by Mr. Natsume in order to make his fake coins. Oh, that's nice. There were 2 bars of soap out on the window ledge when my judicial assistant and I investigated the scene. That's right, and we only borrowed one of them, which means that even as we speak, some of the defendant's tea is still present at the scene of the crime. Frozen solid in a bar of soap outside Mr. Shakespeare's window. Extraordinary. Earlier today, Inspector Grayson informed the court that even if one drop of tea remained, Scotland Yard would be able to analyze it for poison. As such, we are now in a position to prove or disprove what has happened until now been mere conjecture. By finding out for sure whether or not Mr. Natsume's tea actually contains strychnine at all. Are you smug Nipponese? My lord, we cannot do the defendant the injustice of passing judgment now. The police should be dispatched to recover the remaining bar of soap from the scene at once. The defense requests a thorough analysis of the frozen tea embedded in it to determine whether or not it contains any poison. Order, order, order! Bailiff, bailiff! Instruct the police to attend the scene at once. Yes, my lord, understood. Hold it! It would seem we have no choice but to suspend these proceedings for the time being. I trust you have no objection, Lord Van Zieks. None, my lord. Scotland Yard will recover the tea from the scene and carry out the requisite test immediately. The trial will resume at the same hour tomorrow. The prosecution and defense may conduct further investigations as appropriate in the interim. Yes, my lord. Oh, that's rare. This did not happen in the first game. Are we gonna actually do an investigation day 2? Well, I guess to be fair, we haven't seen anything that would suggest this case needed to stay buried. Or stay buried? Stay buried. Or by Mr. Soames. Well, we managed to scrape through here with somehow. Dude, I'm gonna lose it. This fly is. Dude, get out of my face, man. Thank you, counsels. Court is adjourned until tomorrow. Like, yeah, this didn't happen in the first game. Investigation Day Part 3. Okay, yeah. So I guess look forward to that. Oh, but this okay. This is before we have a desk or anything. Naruhodo Legal Consultancy. Ooh, we made it back on one. Made it back in one piece. Just to be perfectly honest, I thought we were finished there for a while. I know, but a lot of close shaves. There are also so many carriages on the streets of London. You're nearly flattened several times. Oh, no, I didn't mean that. Yes, I know. Just teasing. Just poking fun. It was a marvelous defense, Naruhodo-san. It really was. I was in awe of you. Oh, thank you. And now that your fervent experts want us some more pressing investigation time, let's see if we can find some new clues for the court tomorrow. Yes, let's do that. Is everything all right? I suppose. I still can't quite believe it. That's all. That I'm here in England working as a lawyer, I mean, in the Old Bailey, no less. The truth is, it shouldn't be me, should it? It should be him standing in my shoes. It should be Kazuma. But he's not here anymore. If it was Kazuma-sama's wish that you follow him to Great Britain and work alongside him. Yes, I mean, I never had the chance to ask him exactly why, but he clearly had a plan. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. And you're doing wonderfully, Naruhodo-san. I've no doubt that Kazuma-san will say exactly the same if you were here with us. Thank you, Suzato-san. Thank you. Yeah, bro. He will be like, let's go. Okay. Let's go. Anybody here? We can start off here since this is so close by. Close by. Jones is sweet. Oh, hello, Iris. Oh, Bruno, Susie. Hooray, you're back. Hello, Iris. You're in fine spirits as always, I see. I am. You look as immaculately presented as ever, Susie. Oh, you flattered me. Well, you couldn't have come at a better time. I just made a pot of tea, and I'll set some cups. Really? Thanks, Iris. But actually, what is that foul smell? Aha! The wanderers returned at last. What on earth where on earth have the pair of you been? We've been in court? Oh, for Mr. Mustache's case? That was today, was it? I'm sure I mentioned to you it only yesterday, Mr. Sholmes. I'm sure you think you did. Well, we can laugh about it now. So tell me, how did the trial go? Reasonably well so far. We managed to escape without a guilty verdict at least. Really? I would have liked to see it. And I must pass the time of day with Mr. Reaper. Again. It's been too long. Is our vacancies like acquaintance, Mr. Sholmes? Naturally. There's not a person in the world who doesn't know my name, Mr. Naruhodo. Not quite what I'd ask, but still. Mr. Sholmes, whatever is that odor? Yes, what is that? What is it? It's faint, but absolutely awful. Ah, indeed. The scent of victory, my dear fellows. Victory in science. Oh dear. All right, I'll bite. What's he up to now? Oh man, okay, I'll bite. That's something you say in like the 2000s. Okay, let's go. Lord Baroque Van Zieks. Yes, it's an interest sobriquet has, isn't it? Hold on, I got it. Okay, that one I definitely didn't say that. Sobriquet.
Sobriquet.
So yeah, okay, I said say sobriquet. Yes, it's an interesting sobriquet he has, isn't it? The Reaper of the Bailey. Oh, that's my stream. Once the legendary prosecutor has fought for someone's conviction, the person is doomed. even if he or she is found not guilty by the courts. Even if he is, yeah, sooner or later, the hapless soul will vanish from the capital. But vanish how? But vanish how exactly? By falling under a passing carriage, or drowning in the Thames, or succumbing to a sudden fever, or quite out of the blue, being set upon by a highwayman. Highwayman. There are numerous routes to one's final terminus, my friend, dear fellow. It all seems a little far-fetched, really. Well, on the bright side, Mr. Mustache is fighting fit, for the time being at least. That's not overly reassuring. If the rumors are true, though, the obvious conclusion would surely be that those acquitted are, well, by Lord Van Ziek's own hand. As it happens, Mr. Zato, that is quite impossible. Oh? Why? Naturally, the man is very quickly came under such suspicion. However, whenever the incidents occur, the Reaper always had a cast iron alibi. Really? And so his reign continued. But 5 years ago, he vanished from the courts, never to appear as a prosecutor again. That is until you arrived in the country, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, so I've heard. In fact, it was the very day I arrived when I was thrust into that trial at the Old Bailey. That's bitter fight to the death match coincided with the Reaper's resurrection, and really did end bitterly indeed. Mr. McGilda died, and here you are facing Mr. Reaper again. Poor Runo. I don't know if you're just incredibly unlucky or incredibly unlikable. Gee, man. Thanks, Cyrus. Holy. Might as well say you hate. Everybody freaking hates me, man. I think it goes deeper than just me. I sense a general loathing of all Japanese people. Oh no, he's racist. Hold on, that's gonna be the thing. Hold on, I'm gonna make that the. Okay. Oh my god! Oh my gosh, he's a racist. He's a racist. So, what is that indescribably foul smell? Well, most probably this, I would say. What is that? My dear fellow, it is, of course, my latest invention. A chemical test that can identify whether or not a tea is genuine at the drop of some tea. What? Oh my. There are some unscrupulous sorts manning the stalls along some of London's less frequented streets. They regularly sell what purports to be high quality tea, but is in fact merely dyed leaves of drab flake. Well, that's certainly unsavory behavior. So, when one is presented with what appears to be black tea, one must be careful. Iris. At the ready, Hurley. Let us add a drop of my chemical to this cup of tea here. Do you see what happens? Blackened, like my soul. It's turned completely black. And what a foul odor it's giving off. Indeed. The blacker the tea becomes and the more foul the odor, the better the tea is. It would appear that this couple was particularly fine. Darjeeling Unlimited. That's very ingenious. What do you do with the black liquid now? Why? Dispose of it naturally? Surely you wouldn't like to drink it, would you? There does seem to be a rather obvious problem with your new invention, Mr. Sholmes. Hence why this chemical test is merely a test, my dear madam. Right. No, Naruhodo. The point is, we are entering a new era of science. In the world of criminal investigation also. Yes, forensic science. Oh, these are such exciting times. I greatly engaged in this scientific experimentation alongside my unofficial consultant detective work. The Herlock-Schultz method would be the foundation upon which the modern investigative technique is based. This little incident was a happy byproduct of my ongoing forensic science research. Forensic science? I suppose I should find out more about that. Let's get racist for a second. With Mr. Natsume, who I'm currently defending, being Japanese as well as Mrs. Zato and myself, I felt even more keenly in court today. For some reason, Lord Van Zieks seems to have an inherent disdain for the Japanese. Indeed, it is an interesting observation. No, man. Yeah, guys, like I said, maybe he's just racist or something. Do you know about something about it? Do you, Mr. Sholmes? Uh-oh. Music cut out. It's gonna get serious. I couldn't say. It was about 10 years ago that Baron Van Zieks chose to enter the legal profession. However, before that time, he was the defense attorney. The young man's closest companion was hailed from the Empire of Japan. What? No. What the? Tell us more, Mr. Sholmes. What happened? I believe I made it clear before. I'm unable to tell you anything about that. I'm unable to tell you anything about the affair. He's bound to secrecy? Oh, but okay, well, if you can't say it, then we won't ask. Sorry, the veil will be lifted on the events of the past in due course. I have no doubt. For now, however, it's Mr. Mustache who is most deserving of your attention, I believe. So he knows. Well, but how old was? So your T-test, is that an example of forensic science? Indeed, it is. An essential tool in cases that hinge on the knowledge of whether some tea is of higher or inferior quality. Not a huge number of cases, then. Yeah, that was a problem. Finished. Okay. Just screw up. It will. Sorry. Renova. Wait. Okay, whatever. Perhaps a more practical example is required. Fingerprints? Not yet accepted in our courts as evidence, I might add. Really, we are dragging our heels here. I hadn't even heard of them until recently, which is partly why I undertake research in this field myself, of course. Does that mean you're studying fingerprints, Mr. Sholmes? There are others in that field already, and I abhor the company of inferior minds. Hipster. No, what I'm researching is skin prints. Skin prints? A nomenclature of my own design, as this is this chemical agent that makes it possible. It instantly reveals objects touched by whoever. It instantly reveals objects touched by whichever person is under investigation. Yeah, those are fingerprints, man. Brilliant, Mr. Soames. As long as it doesn't turn everything completely odorous and black. I assure you, my dear fellows, you will witness my forensic talents in action very soon indeed. So he says. Oh, did he move her closer? Maybe. Well, I think we should go back to the scene and see if we can uncover any new clues. That's the spirit, Bruno? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like she's closer than she was in the last game. See you later. Yes, until later. No, no, Mr. Stone. We were thinking you'd come with us. You were? Yes, of course. You said so. You said so just a moment ago. You said we witnessed your forensic talents in action. Ah, yes, I do recall saying something along those lines. But you go on ahead. I shall be sure to follow you later. In all likelihood, probably, maybe. Well, I might. Well, I might. Your commitment astounds me. Oh, thank you, Mr. Soames. We'll eagerly await your arrival. Yo, he ain't coming. That's what someone says they make a plan a week in advance, and then when the date comes, they're like, oh no, I said yes to that, bro. Bye, Bruno. Bye, Susie. Okay, well, see ya. Yeah, why don't we see Miss Olive? She's still here. St. Bartholomew's Hospital. I know Bartholomew goes kind of crazy as a name. What do you suppose is happening? It sounds like some sort of disturbance. Yes, I hear angry voices. Oh! Be not angry, O ample lady. Verily, thou art mistaken. Mistaking my foot. You were looking at my painting. The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. 'Twas foul indeed, the poison that mustached villain gave me. Forgive me, lady. I wish you died from that poison. Whoa! Good a mercy, ample lady. But thou ceased. I've had vigor still. Behold, my Shakespeare dance. This looks rather ominous, doesn't it? Lo, 'tis a lawyer from the land whence riseth the sun. How now? What are you doing here, Mr. Shakespeare? Mary, I do believe I remember turning under another ward. He was looking, and that's what he was doing. Looking at my terrible work. Eastern fellow, so dark clad. What? That's not a word. Oh, wait, what? Clad. That's, no, it is. Yeah, it's the opposite word, but yeah, no, it is. That's part of clad. That is a word. Faith, that work in court this morning was wonderful. I do applaud thee. Oh, well, thank you? But that doesn't mean things will go so wonderfully for you tomorrow, does it? Oh, he's dropping the what do you call it? Not Shakespeare, like Elizabethan. I think, yeah, Elizabethan. Huh? Yeah, like verily. Yeah, he says he has. I mean, it must be. It's probably made of plastic. Anon. Well, he's green texting. Exunt. Mr. Sanster might technically be the victim in this case, but there's definitely a lot more to it than that. It's very hard to pin the man down. I'm so sorry. I'm such an awful person. Ah, Miss Green, is everything all right? Oh, yes. I mean, don't worry about me. They're about to discharge you, so I must get ready to leave now. Oh, I see. Didn't you say that last time we were here? We're delighted that you'll soon be well enough to go home, Miss Green. Oh dear, you're too kind. I don't deserve it. So, are you feeling more like yourself today, Miss Green? I am. Thank you. I mean, people do recover from ordeals like this, don't they? Even people like me. Well, Yes, it really was an ordeal, wasn't it? As far as I was concerned, I was just walking along the stone one evening, minding my own business, and then, completely out of the blue, I was struck in the back by a knife. I left unconscious for days. Of course, when I finally woke up again yesterday, the whole business had been cleared up already. What a terrible week it's been for you. Oh no, I'm sure I'm very lucky, really. I'll look back on this fondly. Really? I mean, she could have been dead. She could have died and not been able to look at it fondly, because she'd be dead. Anyway, I must be getting my things ready together now, so I'm ready to beat the stars. Oh yes, of course. Sorry to take up your time when you're obviously busy. Okay, so why are we? So let's go to his room. Oh, I just noticed something. There is something there. I don't think that was there before. Spider webs. Mr. Natsume's lodgings. This isn't his lodging. This is Mr. Thing's lodging. Oh, hello again, Inspector Gregson. What are you doing here? Well, we were hoping to have another look around, actually. Their lawyer representing the defendant has a right to examine the scene, as I'm sure you're aware. Yeah, I know that score. Oh, yes, one other thing. The soap on the ledge outside the window. Did you find it? With a tea in it? Yeah, we found it all right. And there was a small amount of tea in it, as you said. I knew it. It's with the identification. It's with the identification section now at the yard now. They're looking into it. The results will be available later today. That's wonderful news. Thank you. Uh-oh. I'm not gonna tell you. Pretty impressive performance in court this morning. Sorry? Nothing. Nothing. Forget it. Just make sure you don't disturb anything in here. Was that praise? Yeah, don't think, but he's here. Hey, what's this? Okay, so it turns out Mr. Sanster wasn't eating the soap at all. That's right. The mystery of why he had it on the plate whilst holding a fork in his hand is solved. Yes, the prize is the latest ice cone ever to mold. And in the process, he actually broke the bar of soap in two. Certainly, he was hard of it. It certainly was hard to imagine, let alone deduce. If he ran out of change, he wouldn't even have any light, let alone heat. For the needy, London's winters can be very harsh. That's true, but if you think about it, even the wealthy would find themselves freezing if they ran out of small change. London's winter can be very harsh for the forgetful too. Then, frankly, I'm starting to wonder if Susanna-san and I are going to make it to spring. That's true. We don't even have the meter at Baker Street, let alone a gas stove. Look how dark the stain is on the floor. Look how dark the stain on the floor is underneath the meter here. Yes, from all the water dripping out after the ice cones melted as we established in court this morning. It's a very large and obvious stain, isn't it? Mr. Sanster must have used an awful lot of ice cones, I suppose. It was an ingenious idea, I'll give him that. The sun never shines in this room, thanks to that depressing bricked up window. You're saying bricked up too? Yet with bricks enough determination, you can always remove some of the bricks to set up some slopes outside, can't you? That sounds like a very wise life lesson, Mrs. Zato. Only if you plan to follow a life of crime, Mr. Naruhodo. Look at these extravagant bright costumes. Somehow they look out of place in this room with this grim, shady goings-ons. This one looks like a king's attire. A king. I've always dreamt of being a king. Oh, I think you make me more suited to a feudal lord, like a daimyo or such like. Daimyo. How do you... Not... Hold on. I don't see a thing, but I don't think it's gonna... Daimyo. Daimyo. Okay. Like Daimyo Hermitower. That's for the old heads. Daimyo. She did. That was so funny. Oh, ow, my ears itchy. Wait. Sorry. Wait. Okay. Okay. With a Chon Mage top knot, every Japanese man wishes he had a Chon Mage. A Chon Mage. Oh, you look wonderful with one, and you already have the sword. Can you imagine what would happen if I walked around with the streets of London with a Chon Mage and a sword? Mage or Chon Mage, or probably Chon Mage. Like his Kage, like Mage. Okay, I'll bite. What's up, Mr. Soames? Mr. Soames, what are you up to over there? What a question indeed. Was it not your good self who asked me to attend the scene? Oh, hey, what are you doing here, Soames? What are you up to over there? What are you doing here? Dear me, once a great detective was one that's always under scrutiny, it seems. Is now the time, Mr. Soames? Are you about to show us your forensic talents in action as you promised? Of course, with the greatest of my pleasure, my dear madam. What's all this? All this is precisely what you requested, Mr. Naruhodo. Miss Sherlock Holmes' sensational skin print seeker gun. Moments ago, I took a sample from the keytip that was used by the victim. A sample from Mr. Sanspear's cup. Each individual leaves microscopic secretions on everything he or she touches. Yeah, your skin's oily by nature, so a sample of those secretions is all I need to produce this, a refined indicator solution. By liberally spraying the room with this chemical, everything the victim touches is instantly revealed with the aid of these goggles. Hence, here, try them on. There. Now, spray the chemical into the about and all will be revealed. Spray? How? How do I do that exactly? A little press of space on the area you're interested in, all that's required. Like this! Ah, what is that stuff? It's like a fog. It's like fog. The suspension of the chemical indicator is in a pressurized gas. It is the most efficient way to cover a large area. That was another invention I discovered incidentally whilst I was developing this idea. As you do, go ahead, try it, my dear fellow. We may learn something interesting about the victim's movement on the night in question. Well, there's nothing to lose, I suppose. Let's explore. I want to go. Oh, look at all this here. Ah, yes, interesting. A multitude of the victim's handprints. Why are there so many of them on this floor? On the floor in this one spot. Oh, perhaps he had a bad fall just here. There's nothing obvious that he would have tripped over though, is there? I wonder. Personally, I often stumble when there's nothing obvious to trip over. I think that's something only a great detective would do, Mr. Sholmes. Well, this is quite a puzzle. Handprints all over the floor. Yes, there's no obvious explanation. Let's see. Yeah, that's normal. Look, there are dozens of handprints over here. Dozens of handprints here. But there are a great many indeed. So much so that it's hard to make out any one individual print, in fact. Brr, I sense chills down my spine. Perhaps he was leaning against the wall while he admired this picture. Unlikely, I would say. It's a rather dull scene after all. And without wishing to state the obvious, you wouldn't generally admire a picture from such close quarters, I feel. Oh, very true, Mr. Zato. It's a bit of a mystery then. Oh, it's just those two. So the painting, well, we sprayed Mr. Sholmes' amazing skin print indicator all over this room, didn't we? We did, but there are two places in particular that are of interest, I would say. Yeah, the floorboards. Harrison Ford under the floorboards in the Ford in the Ford Explorer. Harrison Ford under the floorboards in the Ford Explorer. The handprints of the floor there and on the wall by the picture, you mean? Yes, and I think the floor wants personal investigation. It won't be a moment. I won't be a moment. Ah! What is it, Mr. Zato? I like her boots. Look here, Mr. Naruhodo. One of the floorboards has popped out. One of the... You mean... It's a secret hiding place? Excellent work, Mr. Zato. So, what do we have in here? Oi! What are you lot doing? Inspector Gregson, stand aside right this minute. It's my job to investigate there. No need, Inspector. You continue to dig into your portion of chips while we dig around under the floor here. Your fancy stock's putting me off my food anyway, Sholmes. A new bit of evidence is exactly what I need. This is... Wow, a secret hiding place under the floor. What a find. It's not a hiding place you can make use of in Japan. I don't think I could lift a straw tatami mat. No, I know, but I never expected one of those wooden floorboards to move either. It's got me wondering, what about the wall over there too? Aren't you curious? Oh! I'll investigate at once. There's nothing behind the picture, sadly. Only the wall. How disappointing. But then, how do you spend the handprints? I really can't think of anyone would have been touching the wall over and over in a place like that. There you are, a print for you. Oh, thank you very much. This invention can make prints too? Now then. I wonder if it's just the Gregson has found anything under the floor there. And I'm desperate to know. So am I. The ill-fated teacups from which the two men drank on the ill-fated night during their heated literary debate. Yes, who's stronger, Romeo or Juliet? It sounds like it was quite a discussion. Now I think of it. Now that I think of it, I'm sure the two lovers in the play ended their lives with passion, with poison. That's fiction, Mrs. Zato. Let's hope it stays that way. There's not much of these shelves, is there? Just this wine glass and bottle. And both of them are cracked. Yes. Not much use, are they? Why does he keep things that he can't use? What's the matter? Oh, I was just reminded of the Reaper, that's all. Prosecutor Lord Van Zieks. Yes, he's no so reckless with his wine glass. I was thinking it's a waste and that he should donate some to the needy. What are the needy gonna do with the wine glass? You can suggest it next time we meet. Okay, what do you find, Gregson? Other than those, anything hidden behind underneath that floorboard there? Allow me to ask Gregson now. After all, we're well acquainted. Yo, Greggy, Inspector Gregson. Really, it's been too long. What is it, Sholmes? I thought perhaps you might show me what you found there, seeing as we're such good friends. You can toss off, mate. We're not friends. Ouch. No, I suppose not. A dismal failure. Yes, I heard. I killed to know what was under that floorboard. All right then. Fair is fair. What? You did discover the hiding place after all. I suppose I should at least fill you in. Really? Really, Inspector? Thank you. Do it quickly, my dear fellow. If there's one thing I know about this man, is that he blows with the wind, as fickle as the weather. Oi, stop making me out to be some kind of nut. There were 3 items under the floor there. A newspaper clipping, a photographic print, and a tin box. Now, what do you want to know? Tin box is gonna be the box first. Now this tin box is interesting, doesn't it? Might I suggest, Inspector, that you open it? If you were to find something inside that reveals the truth behind this case, I wouldn't be the least surprised. Yeah, funnily enough, I've already had a look. Empty. It's completely empty. What? Shakespeare, give us a clue, man. You didn't even have the chance to utter a word, Mr. Naruhodo. But anyway, at least we found out what's inside the box. Yes, thin air, empty, rather like how I feel inside. Is there nothing more to this box then? I wonder. Looks like this was cut out of the paper about 3 months ago. It's about a convict who got sick and died while he was serving up time up in Manchester. How terrible. It made the headlines down here in London as well. The bloke must have been sentenced to death. You see, if nature got him first. Oh my goodness, he committed a capital offense. Man by the name of Selden, masterpiece of work. Into burglaries and murders. They say the hoard he knocked off was worth about £1,000. A hoard of treasure, you mean? Jewelry and the like, but he hid it somewhere, and no one knows where. And now he's dead. The papers loved it, of course. £1,000 loss, en route to hell, or some such was the headline. Does it not strike you though? Why such an article would be so carefully ensconced under the floor? to say. I suppose now you mention it, it does seem a bit odd. Perhaps I'll go over the paperwork we got installed in the back of the yard and see if I can turn anything up. Hold on, let me look at the court record. Can we look at the yeah, him. I think him and Naruhodo are around the same age. Are the same age. He's only 23. Oh my god, he looks like an old man. He's not a, yeah. They're definitely. I think they're close. He's closer to his or her age. Actually, no, that's not true. He's only 23. I guess it's 5. Code name criminal dies of natural causes of person. Manchester's singular presence announced the death of convicted murderer and burglar Selda by natural causes early morning. He was stricken with fear and was ordered by the South already dead by his capital punishment. But before his capital punishment be carried out. Okay. One last one, and then I'm gonna call it because I can feel myself dying. So, this is the photograph I found. Looks reasonably recent to me. Oh, it's Garadeb. Wait, is that their son? Yes, it would appear to have been taken on the street in front of the house here. And the gentleman on the left is Mr. Garadeb. Mr. Garadeb, landlord, of course. But who's the young man on the right? Mr. Garadeb's son, perhaps? Perhaps. You can take the print if you like. Really? Are you sure? You can presume, therefore, back to the yard. You can presume, therefore, that the yard already knows the identity of the young fellow, that is. Ah, is that true? Well, it's too bad we do. It's too bad if we do. Unfortunately for you lot, leaking information isn't one of my pastimes. My dear Inspector, if I may be so bold as to point out something out. Pastimes are for one's leisure, but this is for work. All the more reason I'm not telling you. A dismal failure. Yes, I heard. Didn't photograph it. Why does she have a photo of that we saw the picture in Olive's room, or Olivia, whatever her name is, Miss Green. But why does she have only half of the picture? I wonder why a photograph like this was hidden under your floor. I mean, Mr. Sansbury himself is in it. Photographic prints are still rare treasures to the East End. I imagine Mr. Garadeb was able, rather than like the scene, it immortalized. He probably made a proud present of it. Oh, Wagahai. We were supposed to feed you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot. He asked us to feed you. We didn't fucking do it. Oh, look, it's a lovely little kitty cat. What was his name? Wagahai. Come on. It's Mr. Natsume's, isn't it? I don't think we ever asked him actually. Why don't we call it Wagahai? You know, like Mr. Natsume refers to himself in Japanese. He has? Yeah, the localization made it so we did not know that. Because I'm like, what are you talking about? They never said his name. Yeah, we don't have things like that in the English language. Or not anything comparable or that comparable, at least in my opinion. But like, here's like there's so many different words for boss. Like there's a sports team boss, a club president boss, a business boss. It's like Taicho, Sacho, Tencho, Dancho, Dacho, I sorry, I stole that one. I wonder how he got in here. Clever cat. Oh, wonderful. Well done, Wagahai. Here's something delicious I bought for you. The cat's meat man. Hee. He couldn't be happier now. Look, I just hope we can bring some happiness to his owner too. Hee. No, feels bad. Cannot pet. Meow. That was a cheeky little mouth, Wagahai. Oh, but he's so adorable. I could sit and watch him forever. I think he may not appreciate that after a while. We have an investigation to get back to. Okay, but that is gonna be it for today. Yeah, sorry, I was a little preoccupied today, so I couldn't start until way later than normal. But it's still 2 hours, so take what you can get. But yeah, hold on, let me turn off the music. So before I go, as always, if you like what you saw, consider leaving a like, following on YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky for the occasion. Dude, why do I feel like I am talking to myself for the occasion? Hold on, let me finish what I say. For the occasion, for stream updates, stream outs, and yeah, everything in between. Mostly bad posts, but yeah. Before I go, I don't know. I feel like I guess as I get sleepy in stream, it's like you feel like you're talking to yourself, even though I am talking to myself, but like even more so, like and like, oh my gosh, did I just say something? Or at least that's why I feel now. I'm like, oh man, am I missing some words? It's like, I don't remember saying them. But yeah, that's it. I that's all I want to say. So see ya. Bye. 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 Oh yeah, but Monster Hunter, a few days.